My name is Carl Watson. Good to see you today. I want to share a few stories with you from trusted senior specialists. Did you hear about the pastor had a very large church, and a family called him to go to the hospital and pray for a gentleman that was on his deathbed. So the pastor walked in, and the man couldn't speak, but he motioned for a pencil and paper. So the preacher gave him the pencil and paper, shut his eyes, and began to pray. Prayed earnestly, prayed and prayed and prayed with such a desire to help the man. When he opened up his eyes, the old man had passed away. He reached over, took the paper out of his hand, stuck it in his pocket, and ran to get the doctors and the nurses. Several days later, he was preaching the man's funeral, and he began to relate the story about how earnestly he had prayed and how it had never happened to him before, that when he opened up his eyes, the old man had passed away. And he goes, "Oh, by the way, I've got his last words right here in my pocket." So he reached in his coat, pulled out the paper, opened it up, and he read it out loud. "Would you please take a step back? You're standing on my air hose." Did you hear about the man and woman been married for quite a while, and the man said, "I love you so much. I'll do anything that you want me to do." She said, "Well, all my life I wanted to have a milk bath." So he said, "No problem." He jumped up, ran down to the dairy. He said, "I need to buy enough milk so my wife can have a milk bath." The guy behind the counter said, "Do you want it pasteurized?" He said, "No, about hip deep. She can splash it up around her eyes." A bunch of guys went to heaven. They walked through the pearly gates, and there was a big sign there. One line was for the women that had henpecked their husbands all their life, and the other line was for men that never been henpecked. All the men went to the henpecked line except one guy. He walked over and was standing all by himself. St. Peter walked over to him and said, "Why are you in this line?" He said, "Because my wife told me to stand here."